Next question. What's a memory from your past relationship that still affects how you love? Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Trauma or Bad Character podcast. On today's interesting episode, I have a guest with me, and I'm collaborating with
Soundmind doctor, gracious Esther. What again? I'm a growth mindset and performance coach. So anything personal development.
Yeah, clock
Get
it.
it, yeah.
Clock it.
Clock it.
Okay, so today we want to do something very interesting. We're playing a game card. This game card is called the Mental Health Date Night card. So the Mental Health Date Night card is a category of a trauma-based card in the Kedo trauma-based cards. So there are actually several cards. These cards helps you to start mental health conversations with yourself, your partner, your lover, your family, your friends. So there is a childhood trauma-based card. There is a one for couples. This one is to introspect depression. Like if you feel like you're depressed, you're feeling a type of way, but you're not sure, you can answer the questions in this card to help you understand where you are. So today I'm playing the Mental Health Date Night card with Esther. You're supposed to play this with your lover, but this guy said we should play it.
It's the season of love, guys.
Actually,
It's the season of love. So do we really need to play it with a partner? We could just play it just to know what we are looking for.
Yes,
Very important.
Yes. Very important.
We're about to teach you. Clack
Yes,
it. People are not in relationship, but God will help us.
So please, if you're single, come in here. If you're dating someone serious, get in here. These questions are going to be revealing. See, if we find deep ones, we'll just say skip.
Okay, things that we cannot answer.
Yes.
Of course, there are questions we cannot answer
here. Because,
you know, it's of those in higher. And we are Jesus babies. So we're just going to keep it spiritual. But very interesting.
Yes.
Thank you.
So here's how we're going to play it. We're going to be picking one each.
Okay.
So this particular mental health date night card is in different categories.
Okay.
This is the only game card that is in different categories. So for example, it starts with past wounds and emotional baggage.
All right.
So after past wounds and emotional baggage, the next level, we'll find it somewhere.
So how many categories are here?
4 categories.
So how about we do 4 questions each?
From
so
each
2,
category.
2.
Okay.
2. I
So
think
the
that's
next one is mental health awareness and triggers. Okay, let's do it like that. So we'll be picking, once we are done 4 for each category, we'll then move to the next category. So this is just the intro. It says it heals, deepens connection, and opens vulnerable dialogue.
We want to be vulnerable.
Yep,
Are you ready to be vulnerable? The truth is that I feel this question is also going to help just people.
Yes.
Because sometimes when we go into relationship conversations, it's not necessarily for just your partners.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's for you because you need to know what exactly is wrong about you to actually be the right person for your partner.
For another person. True.
Because if you're wrong, sometimes we are very quick to you're the one doing wrong. We are the one doing wrong. What have you done to heal as well? So that's exactly what I wanted us to do.
To play.
Yes,
actually, she's very right. It also helps you discover your own self. Because how you play it is that even if you're playing it with your partner, you answer the answer, you answer the answer.
Oh,
so that way you get depth from each of you.
Okay.
So past wounds and emotional baggage. Oh yeah, ask.
Okay. What did love look like in your household growing up?
What did love look like in my household growing up? Love looked like mixed feelings. If that makes any sense, it looks like mixed feelings. You know how you are having mixed feelings? You don't really know what you are feeling. So a lot of times, let me just say a lot of times, maybe not all the time, but a lot of times, it looks like mixed feelings. Because sometimes you are wondering, is this woman really my mother self? Other times you're like, yeah, that's my daddy. That's the best daddy in the world.
Yeah.
So that's how love looked like. I think I'll just keep it that basic. That's how it looked like.
Well, for me, I think almost every Nigerian family went through that version of questioning if your parents are actually your parents. I don't know if you did. If you didn't, okay. But for me, it was growing up in a house. I grew up into love. I met love as the last. And the one that, in fact, there is a space in between I and my immediate elder brother.
Yeah.
So I didn't see my siblings fight. Like, I never really saw them fight. There was no fighting. There was no necessary exchanging of words. Of course, we get angry with each other, but you get past it. You are
Yeah.
still going to love this person.
Yeah.
Love looked very real. And so even when I meet people, sometimes it's difficult to understand what their love is, because I actually saw love in my house. If you're traveling, we call you like 50 times until you get to your house.
Yes.
That was the love we saw. If you are angry, we are going to find a way to appease the gods.
Oh.
Everybody must find a way to appease this person.
Yes.
Everybody will be there for you. If you are sick and nobody has called,
Mm-hmm.
and one person, 5 has called, but one person has not called, the 5 will call the one person and say, why have you not called?
Oh.
So that's the not that everybody is perfect,
Of course.
but that was the kind of household I grew up in. Like, everybody loves. If I remembered one of the time me and my sister were talking, and not that we really entered into a misunderstanding, but she just said something, or maybe did some bit of correction. I wasn't necessarily offended, though, in all honesty, but we just ended the call, and then she called me back and said, you didn't tell me I love you, so you're angry with me.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm not angry with you. Okay, then I now said I love you. So even with when the in-laws came in, like when my siblings started marrying, getting married, it was not an intentional act. So if I call my sister-in-law and we end the call and I tell you I love you, not tell me, I will call you back. Who are you loving? I said me. You know, that kind of thing. So that was like the household I grew up in. So
Oh, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. And I don't know, but I think that I don't know if it was like that. Was it like that with your parents too? Because I feel like even in my own household, we did not receive that type of vocal love from our
Yeah.
parents. It was even more like actionable. I mean, aside the mixed feelings part of it. So siblings now had to develop that for themselves. So even if you didn't have parents telling you I love you, siblings now had to start.
I didn't see my father and my mother doing that. My father and my mother would not tell you I love you.
Yes.
But they would show it. But then we also now grew to teach my parents how to do that.
Exactly.
So if I'm speaking to my mom now, we end the call, she says I love you, I say I love you, because not only you I get, who else I go love? So it's more like, especially when you're not far away, I would always, especially when I'm far away, I will always say it. When I'm physically there, I would always tell her, when we tease I love you, just, it's more like a reminder that I think even if I don't get it outside,
Yeah.
I'm getting it at home. I could remember when I had not entered boarding school, and my brother, my immediate elder brother, was in boarding school. My dad would usually go for meetings there. My brother would write letters to me, as little as I was, and now say I love you. So it was, so my parents really had to
learn
baptize them into saying actions is okay.
Yeah.
But you see, the one of the words is very much important. So when somebody tells you outside, it doesn't look new. It doesn't look new.
And
So
you're not like going after it desperately.
And it's funny because even when you are with your friends, right? Even when I'm with my friends, I say it. Like, I leave my friends, I tell them I love you. Whether you're a boy or a girl. On my status, and some people find it weird, especially in generation where telling the opposite sex I love you is like, it's like the almighty erotic feelings, but it's not it. Because especially when it's your birthday, I must always remind you that I love you. It's very important to me to let you know that I would go the extra mile for you. I see you different from how I see others. I really, really deeply care. I love you so.
Next question. What's a memory from your past relationship that still affects how you love?
Should we not skip?
Anyway, we can actually answer it.
Well. I hope my family members are not watching this. First of all, growing in a household where relationships are not what are you doing in a relationship? Then when you now talk about the God side, right?
Yes.
Of course, the God side, we know that there are certain boundaries you're not meant to cross. Do you get? There are certain boyfriend, girlfriend from the God side, right? As a Christian. Okay, so for me, I would say that it didn't necessarily affect the way I love, but it kind of made me doubt a lot of times I had someone tell me, I love you. So it's more like the person upped and left. Like, no quarrels, nothing. We didn't have an argument. We're even gisting the day you say, I don't want to do it again.
Imagine.
So I'm like, nothing happened. Of course, I'm a spec, so he came back. But no is no.
Of course.
But then, when you meet somebody else, and the person is kind of saying oh, I'm interested in you. The
Yeah.
thoughts of tomorrow you just say you're not doing again. Tomorrow you just say you're not doing again. So I think that in a way, though I've learned to know that that person was never mine,
Yeah.
and the whole relationship was wrong. Because any relationship that is done in secrecy is
Yes.
wrong.
Yes.
So
I agree.
the whole relationship was wrong. There was nobody overseeing. There was nothing. There was nobody to answer to. There was nobody, nothing. Plus, I was this young girl. For somebody else, you're not so young. But to me, I was not ready. There's something about being ready for
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
and being matured enough. You are not able to make choices with clear head.
Yeah.
It's not just love now. You are clear. You clearly know what you want.
It's no longer trauma response.
Yes, it's no
Yeah.
longer lust. It's not love. It's not obsession.
Yes.
You really know that okay, it is
Genuine.
time to be into this thing, and so you carefully select or carefully make your choices.
I agree.
Right. So everything about it was wrong. But then again, just in other times when I met people, I just felt like one day you're going to say, do again with no reason. So let me not even waste my time doing
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I think that was it. But I'm over it.
That's good. That's good. That's
What
good.
about you?
What's a memory from your past relationship that still affects how you love? How do I put this? I think the way that this person cheated, but it's in the way that they did it.
Okay.
It's in the smart way that they did it. So they saved my name. What they used to save my name, they used the same thing to save the other girl's name.
Wow. Well, that's a low blow. Like you put the same things to him.
Another level. My dear, that's another angle. That's another angle. So one day we're together and he got a call. And I'm seeing, and in fact, that name, I even hate to call it right now. And I'm seeing my everything is calling him.
Ew.
My everything is calling him.
And my everything is is just beside you, guys. My everything is calling. Sorry, and my everything is beside
him. I'm like, okay, I now looked at my phone. And
to
maybe
know whether your phone
mistake.
is
I'm not the one calling him. So now I had to pick this call. And then, of course, you pick it and you look at all these messages coming in and my everything is saying all these things to him. And I'm like, guy, why? So that created a level of distrust in me. And it affects the way that I love, in the sense, now if I'm loving, I want 100% transparency. I know that transparency is not supposed to be negotiated in relationships, but I know that that also affected me in a lot of ways. So I had to really, really work on myself because that memory stuck with me. I had to really work on myself to understand that, listen, someone can be talking to another person on the phone and there is nothing wrong, because that created this jump in me, like, okay, what is going on and all of that. So, but like I said, I had to really work on myself regarding that. But I think it kind of changed my perspective and made me more strict on my 100% transparency. Like, I don't want anybody fidgeting with their phone around me. And I feel like sometimes people even misunderstand it. Because right now, I'm not looking at, oh, I need your phone's password, or I'll just sit down, come and start checking your phone. I just do not want you fidgeting unnecessarily. I'm not going to be going after your phone, sneaking and all that. No, but just your demeanor, the way you present yourself, probably. And this is how this person always was. But unfortunately, God caught them on that day. So they're always like this on their phone. If you want to pass, if somebody is just behaving like that around me, it kind of affects the level of trust that I put on that person. So that was just really
all those
terrible.
that say people in my everything. Okay, I don't act. I'm doing.
Is you, I guess.
What beliefs about yourself were formed by how others treated you?
What beliefs about myself was formed by how others treated me. So I've suffered depression. And that was many, many years ago when I was still schooling. So during that period, because people did not even understand what depression was, at the time, nobody was even talking mental health.
Yeah.
Nobody really understood what mental health was. So people saw me as a weird person. The way that the way that they talked about me is like, this one is unserious with her life,
Mm.
because I was always on and off, but I was battling with demons in me that I didn't even know how to address them. I didn't know the terminology to use on them. I didn't know who to talk to. I was battling anxiety disorder, battling depression, battling OCD. I was battling different things at the same time. And because nobody could understand it, they had to term it whatever they liked, whatever they deemed fit.
Mm.
And what they termed it was lazy, unserious, a lot of things. Because when you're depressed, if you suffered chronic or clinical depression, waking up, not waking up and breathing, like the ability to wake up, stand up and go and do normal things that people do, like brush your teeth, take a bath, you just, if you're able to do that's different story. So people categorize me as all of those things. And I started to believe those things of myself, not knowing that what I was going through was actually a medical condition. So that affected how I began to see myself. I started to doubt. Okay, and I was a very ambitious person, very visionable. Like, of course, if you know me, I'm very ambitious. I have a lot of visions. And at the time, I'm battling this thing. Yet I'm meeting my principal every now and again. I'm like, I want to form a club in school. I was writing books. In fact, I wrote a book one time. I started writing these magazines by annually, yeah. And my principal at that time would force people, students, to buy my
In uni.
books. Yes, in uni. He would force people to buy my. There was this time that people paid for exam slates. So when you pay for exam slates, you get to pay penalty. So that year, he told people that semester, he was like, if you're paying late, your penalty is to go and buy Blessed Namadi's book. That was his way of supporting me. So I was battling this, but my ambitious, I was still trying to be ambitious and all that. So, but what people were not saying about me and how they were seeing me began to affect me. I started thinking, maybe I'm really lazy. Maybe I'm just not serious with my life. Maybe I'm not even, like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So that affected me for a long time. It took me a long time to believe that, no, I'm doing something with my life. I'm just battling a phase. And this phase is a medical condition. It's not something that I brought upon myself. I'm not lazy. I'm not all of that. So yeah, that affected me for a while, but thank God for grace. What about you?
I think we kind of have similar. I wouldn't say I didn't battle all of these things or I knew how to get over them ASAP. I just knew how to hide behind them and still be normal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Just those are just behind. He's still there, but it's not affecting me.
Yeah.
Like it's there, except when I think about it. So I think some of the beliefs, of course, people saw me as a very unserious person. That I could tell. People saw me as a very unserious person, a very playful person. People viewed me like someone who shouldn't be taken serious. I was viewed like someone who was forcing others to like me. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
in a way.
It does make sense.
So it was more like I try my best to fit in. In my head, that was not what I was doing. I was actually just being myself. Being, if I'm funny, I'm funny. If I'm serious, I'm serious. But from the statement of others, especially secondary school, I think secondary school do a lot of damage to people.
It does.
A lot.
It does.
A lot of damage to children. It's more like, and a lot of things happened. I redid a class. So it was a whole lot. So that view, plus we both went to the secondary school. So you can tell how the boy-girl situations then. And now it's like, okay, I could remember the first day that I wore a slippers tagged Angry Bird. I'm sure if my classmates are watching this now, maybe the person involved will remember. I wore a slippers tagged Angry Bird. Now, in the boys' side, there was a guy. His nickname was, I've forgotten what his nickname was. But he used to call, there was a connection with Angry Bird. And you know how we went to a very tough secondary school, by the way. So everything could be contraband. Even slippers could be a contraband.
Yeah.
And so on the slippers, they wrote Angry Bird. And this guy is offended that it was this boy that bought me the slippers. Like, am I worth it? Do you get? It was so stupid. Oh my God. There's a friend of mine who would remember this. And the girl, now that my friend intentionally was not making it. Oh, he got her these slippers. Oh, he likes her. But I could see from their aura, it's more like, Esther is not worth it. It's not this fat girl. It's not this What does she do? I can still remember some of those statements.
Words.
You know, there are girls in your class that carry themselves so up. But you can't form with me. I'm not in your space. I talk to everybody. You can't form with me. But to them, maybe I'm not worth it anyway. And to some extent, it kind of formed a notion in my head, especially with people and the opposite sex. So in a way, I just felt I'm I'm fat.
Yeah.
I do not have this nice physique to actually be wanted by the guy, not guys,
Yeah.
but those like the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not that kind of person. Or some set of people cannot roll with me because maybe I don't exude that kind of aura that is worth it.
According to them.
According to them, of course. According to them. I'm way over it right now because I now know my worth. Yeah. I know that I'm worth every love. If I should enter a room, you should shut up because I know it's
clock it.
Like, clock it. So, but that was some of the beliefs, how they treated me. It's not, they didn't say it with their mouths, but their gestures did a lot of speaking more than their words as well. But yeah, I got over it.
Wow. Nice. Do you think that these questions are worth having a conversation over with your lover and even with friends that you want to explore deeper about who you are before getting serious with other people? Let us know in the comment section. We're going to answer one more question and then we'll see you in part 2.
So just connecting to what you said about even I really think with your normal friends, why these questions are important is people then know how to treat you. Because the truth is, sometimes we feel like we are over it. We're over our past. We've dealt with depression and so it's done. But you meet somebody and then the person triggers that part of you again.
Exactly.
If I meet someone today who doesn't know, who is not even intentional about our friendships, who just basically likes me, I'm just saying as normal friends, even as a girl.
Yeah.
And for some sort of reason, I feel like I'm not worth some, like when I tell you some things in my life and you show me I'm not worth it, I tend to just
our mama is back.
Hello guys,
Clocky.
My love is back. Clock it. Hey baby, how are you? Because you did your surgery today, throughout today. How was it? Chai. You'd have called me, let me keep you.
How are you?
I'm alright. It was okay to collect from attendance. Because that consultant, what is temperamental?
So like it's beyond just relationships. If I meet someone and the person treats me, even if you're a lady, even if you're a girl, you're my friend, and you treat me in that same manner of is she worth it? Maybe when I tell you my wins or I tell you I met this person and you're like, how can this person follow you?
Yeah.
You're already giving me the trigger of you're taking me back there. Or, okay, this person is not worth it.
Yes.
Nah, that guy like people of shape. Why can't you tell me, oh, you're worth it, you bang it, even if do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So I think it's beyond the relationship.
So next one, is there a part of your past you avoid talking about in relationships? Makawai. Oh yeah, answer. Is there a part of your past?
If I avoid talking about it, I can't obviously talk about it here.
We can.
But a part of my past, of course, I think again, the reasons why or the reason why I have not had, because the way they say past relationship, be less than plenty.
Actually.
But let's just say you're even talking to people and you're getting to know each other. There are some aspects you don't want to talk about. And truly, if I talk about it basically as a relationship, I feel you were not meant to hear it.
Yeah.
And it means I was uncomfortable with you. I had not gotten to a point of full trust.
Yeah.
Because you can trust somebody, but you might not be able to trust them with everything. And talking about certain parts of you is being vulnerable.
Yeah, actually.
Vulnerability for me is in 2 ways.
Okay.
Vulnerability, I can be vulnerable with you. The next question is, can you handle my vulnerability?
Exactly.
So if I see, it's not that I don't trust you, but I feel with the time I've spent, you're not emotionally strong enough to handle that aspect. And so I'm not going to talk about it.
And I love how you've put it, because that is exactly like the part of me that I avoid talking about in relationships. That is exactly the reason why I avoid it, which is this vulnerability. Are you even ready to accept or carry this vulnerability?
Yeah.
And the part of me I avoid talking about is experiences in past relationships, bad experiences. Because I've been in a relationship where you tell this person certain things that happened in your past relationship, and then things happen between the two of you, and instead of them to take accountability, this is not
They
even
go back.
They go back and want to use that.
Be like, that's why. Is that
probably
not
they're
why this
coming-
happened to you before?
Exactly.
Is that not why it happened to you before?
Exactly.
So why you?
Exactly.
That means there's a problem with you.
Thank you. So
I
thank
know
you.
them.
Yes.
You
So
see people,
that
I know
trauma,
them.
so that trauma that I lived,
Yeah.
that I'm even telling you, oh, this trauma, it was so bad.
Mm.
And now you're triggering that trauma.
Mm.
And I'm telling you that you're triggering something. Or look at how you're behaving. You know, I talked about fidgeting with your phone.
Yeah.
Probably you're fidgeting with your phone and around me. And I'm telling you that, why are you fidgeting with your phone? Be comfortable with your phone. I'm not even asking you that I want to see your phone, but you fidgeting is sending me a message.
Yeah.
And now you're not reminding me. Probably I've told you the story about how someone saved my name with everything. And his side chick with everything. So you're not telling me that it's the trauma of that event that is making me feel like you're fidgeting with your phone. Meanwhile, you are clearly fidgeting with your phone.
So yeah.
So I think that's a part of me that I now feel uncomfortable talking about. Like, my experience is bad. So except I know that you're emotionally mature, or that you love me enough, or that you're someone who can actually carry vulnerability.
All right. So I think that's that. So let's go to part 2.
So wait for part 2, okay?